In the early 1900s, a family moved into a large Victorian house in a small town in Pennsylvania. From the moment they set foot inside the house, they knew something was wrong. The air was thick with an oppressive feeling, and they could feel eyes watching them from the shadows. As time went on, the activity grew more intense. Objects would move on their own, doors would slam shut, and they could hear strange noises coming from the walls. They tried to brush it off as their imaginations running wild, but they knew deep down that something was very wrong. Then, one night, the family's young daughter woke up screaming. She claimed that a ghostly figure had appeared in her room, hovering above her bed. The family tried to reassure her that it was just a bad dream, but they knew that it was much more than that. The family called in a local priest to bless the house, but it seemed to have no effect. If anything, the activity only grew more intense. They knew that they had to get out of the house, but they couldn't leave soon enough. Over the years, the house changed hands several times. Each new owner reported experiencing the same paranormal activity as the previous ones. The feeling of being watched, the strange noises, the unexplainable movement of objects, it was all still there, as if the spirits of the dead were still lingering within the walls. In the 1970s, a group of paranormal investigators visited the house to see if they could uncover any answers. What they found was even more terrifying than they could have imagined. The investigators discovered that the house had been built on top of an old cemetery, and that the graves had never been properly relocated. They believed that the restless spirits of the people buried there were the cause of the haunting. As they attempted to communicate with the spirits using obscure methods, the board's movements became violent and erratic. The spirits seemed to be angry, and the investigators could feel a palpable sense of fear in the air. They knew that they had to leave the house, and fast. To this day, the house remains abandoned and the paranormal activity continues. Many people believe it to be one of the most haunted houses in America, and it has been the subject of numerous books, movies, and TV shows. But for those who have experienced the terror firsthand, it will always be more than just a story. It will be a nightmare that haunts them for the rest of their lives.